So now, Jason. All right, you ready to go? Good evening. Welcome to Spread Middle School's Go State meeting, where we will follow the agenda as it has been emailed to you and publicly noticed. I would like to remind everyone that this is a meeting of the Go team. Only members of the team can participate in the discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. For members of the Go team, please identify yourself when you speak. I am pleased to call this meeting of Spread Middle School's Go team to order at 5:34 p.m. Our first order of business is to call roll. The secretary will now take the roll. All right, Merriweather present. Yes, Allison Alton.
Present.
Okay. You get that. Sullivan. Scott.
Ashley Scott is present.
Okay. Ms. Lamar present. Williams.
Present.
Rose Bloom.
Rosenblum present.
Yeah, Marissa's online.
I'm here.
Hey, on Zoom, can you guys still see us?
No, I'm just seeing the, oh yeah, I can see you.
Yeah,
Yep.
we can see you.
Yep, and we can see the presentation too.
Yeah, the audio from you all is a little tough to hear. It's not as good as the other end, but it's what it is.
Hey, our onliners, are you guys able to hear us still?
Yep, can hear you.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Okay, for some reason we can't hear any. Marissa, are you speaking?
Yes, I am. Can you guys not hear me?
We can't hear anything. Give us 1 second.
Okay.
I can hear you, Marissa.
Oh, okay. Jill, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you too. I think it's an issue with their audio.
Okay.
Testing.
Got it.
We don't know what just happened. Let's try this. Anyone help? I do not know what just happened while we lost sound. Yeah, I'm starting to share. Oh, we can hear you now.
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you now. Okay, we're not
Okay.
crazy.
Great.
Can you see our screen right now?
Yes.
Yep.
We're good to go. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Thanks, I already seen the program. Our first order of business is to approve the agenda. This was provided to you and copies are here. Are there any changes to the agenda?
I had sent an email, and I don't know if Dr. Merriweather, you can maybe talk about this in the principal's report, but just wanted to get some clarification on the district assessments. I've gotten a lot of questions from parents, so wanted to bring that forward just as a Go team member about what the district assessments are. Are they graded? Are they optional? Just maybe if we could have some clarification on that. But there's been a lot of chatter about it. So just wanted to see if we could add it to the principal's report, maybe.
Yeah, we can. I can just simply repeat what I shared in my email that I sent to all families about these assessments. And so information was already sent out. And so I know parents, they can check their emails, but I would love to have some further discourse on this topic. So absolutely. That's what you asked. Okay, so just remind me of video control. All right. Okay, may I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions, please say abstain. All right. We will review and approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting. The minutes have been provided to you. Are there any corrections? If there are no corrections, I have a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions, please say abstain. We will now move to the discussion items on our agenda, which are going to be the 2025 to 2030 strategic plan development.
All right, so let's jump right into it as we discuss our strategic plan development for 2025 and 2030. And so, as you guys know, we are in that year where it's time for us to revamp and extend or make modifications to our strategic plan. And so, just as a reminder, I want to ground us in this work, who we are as a district. We are Atlanta's public school system, and why we exist, and of course, to educate and empower Atlanta students to shape the future. And so I'm going to see if I can move this bar. I move
that down.
There's something okay. All right, there we go. All right, so this slide presents the 6 strategic pillars for our APS 2025-2030 strategic plan titled A Community of Believers Getting Back to Basics. Our school strategic plan will align its objectives with these 6 areas. So as a team, let's quickly review the focus of each pillar. Operational and support pillars are our strength is our team, which focuses on effective and engaged teachers, leaders, and staff. Actions include increasing highly effective staff and prioritizing engagement and retention. Our responsibility is shared where students need supportive families, communities, and partners. This is achieved by building meaningful partnerships and expanding family engagement. Next, our system is efficient and effective, which ensures students have the tools and resources that they need. Some key strategies involve maximizing facility usage and leveraging data for financial investments. Now, the student-focused pillars are, we are strengthening our instructional core, delivering high-quality instructional materials and targeted support. This includes accelerating early learning and targeting resources toward our subgroups. Also, we are caring for every child. Students must have trusted and supportive adults meeting their unique needs. We focus on these strategies to reduce chronic absenteeism and disproportionate discipline. And finally, we are sparking student curiosity, providing access to explore and expand passions and interests. So now going over goals and key performance indicators. This slide details the district's long-term goals and key performance indicators. These goals represent a significant increase in expectations over the next 5 years. Academic goals with a 2030 target. The academic goals here are clear and ambitious, requiring a 20 percentage point increase in 3 key areas. Goal 1, increasing the percentage of 3rd grade students scoring proficient or above in ELA. Goal 2, increasing the percentage of 8th grade students scoring proficient or above in math. And goal 3, increasing the percentage of students meeting at least one CCRPI college and career readiness indicator. As you can see, our non-academic KPIs, we are caring for every child. The table on the right breaks down critical KPIs for every pillar. We are caring for every child. We on the right, we must track our current position, which is the actual 2025, against the ambitious 2030 target. As you can see, also absenteeism, this target is for students who are not currently absent, is 80%, up from the current 68.8%. If you look there at sense of belonging, we aim for 75% of our students to feel a sense of belonging, up from 60%. Discipline, the goal is for 95% of our students with disabilities and Black students to be without out-of-school suspensions. And student success plan, this is a huge lift. The target is 90% of students with individual success plans, up from 0% currently. In school climate, they're targeting 50% of schools to achieve a 4 or 5-star climate rating, up from 19%. These numbers define the challenge. So as we plan, we must consider which of these well-being metrics, like attendance scores and success plans, is the most critical priority for our school. Continuing on with the development. This model before you visually represents the structure of our strategic plan, moving from broad vision at the top to specific actions at the bottom. It also defines our roles as the GO team, governance, which is the GO team focus. The top portion labeled governance is the focus of the GO team. We are responsible for setting the high-level direction and defining the what and why. Mission and vision, our purpose and picture of the future. Strategic goals, what results we want to satisfy stakeholder needs, such as literacy, numeracy, and college and career readiness. Focus areas and objectives, the main pillars of excellence and continuous improvement activities needed for these results. When we examine KPIs, we evaluate performance, management, staff focus, and the bottom portion, of course, being management, executed by school leadership and staff. The focus on the how and who, strategies, the high leverage steps to achieve results, and actions, who will do what by when. Our role is to finalize the governance elements today, which guides all future management decisions. This slide is just a critical reminder of our specific role in this planning process. The GO team focus again is governance, and as a reminder, we are responsible for setting the high-level direction for Sutton. As the governance body, we must concentrate on the top elements of the planning funnel: mission and vision, strategic goals, focus areas, and objectives. This slide presents the overview for our school strategic planning process. It defines why we're doing this and when we need to complete it. The core purpose is to cascade the district strategic plan to the school level while grounding our focus in the school's continuous improvement plan. This process is designed to create alignment, reduce confusion, and simplify our efforts across the board. The timeline, the key deadline is set. Our school's 2030 strategic goals and objectives should be updated and improved and ranked by January of 2026. Following this approval, the school will focus on the strategies as part of the fiscal year budget and continuous improvement process. Any questions so far to those online or in the room? Okay. So this next slide, to inform our strategic decisions, we must ground our discussion in 3 key resources. This ensures our new plan builds constructively on our previous work and current performance. One being the 2025 school strategic plan, the next being our continuous improvement plan, and then the third being our school data sheet. Just as a reminder, I emailed the presentation to everyone so you could easily access these documents if you need them during this time together. This slide maps out the 5-step school strategic planning process, demonstrating how our GO team meetings will guide the plan's development. This slide visually confirms our agenda for business 2. Our job today is to complete the first 3 crucial steps in the planning process, highlighted by the green box on the left and the agenda on the right. Yes, Joe, that's just an example. Joe was mentioning the prior slide that had Dentine's information. Let's see if I can go back. Yes, so those are just some examples that the district office gave us. We will, as you'll see in the presentation, Sutton's information will be updated where appropriate. Those are just examples. Thank you for catching that, though, and paying attention. So now we're going to review some data. And so diving into step 1, reviewing data using our KPI, this chart is our GPS for strategic planning. We will use these guiding questions to drive a data-informed discussions. What do you notice? What are your wonderings? Are you on track? Are there specific subgroup performance gaps? And outside of the instructional core, what could be an area of focus? So this is sentence data that we have before us. And so any noticings or wonderings, I have one, but I won't go look at this every day for the most part. So I'll see if someone else mentions what I want to say. And so just as a reminder, with these KPIs, on the left is the focus area. The next piece of that is the category. Then you have the metric, and you have the current scores, and you have the 2030 goal that we need to meet by 2030. So first and foremost, team, when looking at we are strengthening our instructional core, when you look at subgroup proficiency, students with disabilities, economically disadvantaged students, and then subgroup growth. Those three, if you notice, those are some of the lowest of all of our metrics that we have before us with, and I want to make sure I'm reading this correctly, with Black students scoring proficient and above on the Georgia milestones, 38%. The percentage of students with disabilities, 22%. And economically disadvantaged students at 29%. And this is all referencing back to the Georgia milestones to that assessment. So we know instruction is a focus, and we know subgroup is a focus as well, subgroup instruction. Any other wonderings that you guys see based on this document?
I mean, I do think the subgroup proficiency, the both Black students and students with disabilities are bigger gaps, right? Or sorry, no, Black students and then students economically disadvantaged would probably be the biggest gaps on the overall.
Is one of the subgroups math and one of them's ELA?
Well, no, those are the content areas. Subgroups are actually just, when you think subgroups, think about the student population. So for example, English language learners, white students, Asian Pacific, Black students, Hispanic students. So those are considered our subgroups.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, there's two subgroup proficiencies. There's there's one at 29.4%, and then there's one at 66.4%. So is one of those scores math and one of them's ELA?
So that's just the totality of both combined.
Oh, okay.
Or what is growth?
Oh, she's looking at the 66%. Yeah. So Mr. Bailey brought a good point. One referencing growth and then the other referencing proficiency.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. That's the difference. Okay.
So the goal is to create a strategic plan to.
Yes. Good question. The goal at grounding us in our work is to create a strategic plan to basically get these numbers up. I will also share something that also stood out to me. School climate rating, which are different factors. 3-star areas, we definitely should be a 5-star. We should have been at 4 years ago. And so there's an opportunity for us to look at how do we get our school climate. Now the goal is for us to be a 4, but I definitely think we can exceed that. But also too, what stood out to me was student-staff relationship. That 33.1% of students feeling comfortable going to most for the adults in the school for help.
Can you explain what school climate, what factors go into that?
There are several factors. I can pull it up online. My computer's just up there. Like school safety, the response rate from survey data, from school perception data. So there are different things that make up that total score. And so that's something we could really look into as far as how do we impact in these different areas that make up the totality of that score.
Dr. Merriweather, does that come from that school climate survey that we do every year?
Yes, and so
And they roll it up into a star? Because I don't recall ever doing a star, but I guess they must use the stars as just an overall rating system from all the different data points.
that is correct. So
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
What I personally don't like about it, because we could actually go take a survey, let's say for Howard Middle School, and it would impact their scores. And so I just wish at the state level, it was some way to personalize it for people in your actual school. Because believe it or not, we do have people who just go and click a school just for whatever reason. And so there will be a push this year to get more of our families completing it as their power in numbers. And so that's the goal this year, to get more of that data theme.
I mean, in a positive way, our attendance and the discipline is all, really close to target. So I feel like while we talk about deficiencies, we should also talk about things we're exceeding in or very close to goal.
Yeah. Agreed. So there's plenty other numbers that we're gonna have to look at, so I'm gonna keep going for the sake of time. So now aligning our mission, vision, and purpose. We are now in step 2. Our goal is to ensure our school's identity aligns with the district's core purpose, which is displayed here. We are the public school system, the why we exist, to educate and empower Atlanta students to shape the future. The note on the right reminds us that the GO team will decide if we need to update our school's mission and vision or purpose statements. We need to evaluate if our current statements are ambitious enough to achieve our 2030 goal. So, if you look at the top left-hand corner and on the right, our mission and vision, they are there, which is also the starting point. Our mission focuses on utilizing the IB program to develop self-motivated, inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring young people prepared to thrive academically and socially in high school, college, and career. The vision basically describing a diverse, high-performing school and a strong community work together to improve student outcomes and intercultural understanding. So again, highlight of our mission and vision. So we have one guiding question here, and that is, we need to see if our current school mission and vision align with these statements. The goal is to compare our school's identity with the district's core purpose. The district's mandates are clear, again, who we are and why we exist. So I'll leave the floor open for a moment for conversation regarding our current mission and vision.
I think it's perfect. I don't know if I would change anything.
Yep. I would agree based on what we have. We don't reinvent if we don't have to. I know Mr. Lamar just made a good point. If you want to share that for the good of the group.
Yeah, because it says why we exist, to educate and empower them students to shape the future. Our whole mission is to prepare to thrive academically and socially, high school, college, career, and life. That's their future. So I mean, we're right on target.
We implement things, we do things, and listen to those for target each one of these.
Yeah. So just making sure.
I was gonna say, I think that Atlanta students keeps it broad enough that it encompasses everybody. If you wonder, like, should we be more specific about who we have, but I think Atlanta students just includes everybody. I questioned it at first a bit, and then I rethought it, and I'm like, I think it's good.
So we don't have any proposed updates to our current school mission and vision. And so now we're going to shift to confirming 2030 goals. We are now moving into step 3, confirming these goals. One district, one goal, every child, which is our district's motto. This step has 2 critical tasks: extending our continuous improvement plan goals to 2030. This means taking our current short-term continuous improvement plan and mathematically projecting them forward to establish our ambitious 5-year targets. Identify as a second goal, if there are any additional goals for the strategic plan beyond those identified. So for here on this slide, this slide illustrates how we are formalizing our 2030 strategic plan goals by extending our current continuous improvement goals. Current and continuous improvement goals by May 2026. Goal 1 around proficiency, increase the percentage of students in grades 6 through 8 scoring proficient and above on the end of grade GMAS, and that is from 52% to 57%. That is English language arts, by the way. Goal 2, increasing the percentage of students in grades 6 through 8 scoring proficient and above on the end of grade math GMAS from 46 to 51%, which is a 5 percentage point increase. Goal 3, regarding discipline, decreasing the percentage of students suspended by 0.5 from a 0.37 to a 0.32.
Is it setting us up for success?
What do you mean?
I mean, did we reach the ones prior? Did we figure out, like, from our prior goals, based off of what we learned prior going into the future, are we setting ourselves up for success?
So for prior goals, we managed roughly around the 2% increase when it comes to data. Now, some cases we had more than the 2%, double digit gains in some cases, but totality of everything and collectively, it was reaching about 2%. And so this is why, based on Superintendent Johnson's 5% increase, which although ambitious, we've been having to switch some things in the schools in to ensure that we have even more supports in place to ensure that we were able to reach this 5% growth goal. And just again, this is our strategic plan. I just wanted to put there again for everyone to see. So we reached the final task of step 3, confirming our 2030 goals. We have already extended our core SIP goals, and now we must consider adding new ones. And so I want to go back for a second. When you look at the 2030, I did forget this part, our 2030 strategic plan goals, when we extend this to 2030, each one, 1, 2, and 3, you see exactly what those numbers are as we approach the 2030 school year. I just want everyone to get a second, to have a second to look at those. And so after reviewing our current strategic plan and school KPIs, are there any additional goals that we need to include with our 2030 SIP goals for the 2025-2030 strategic plan? And so again, going back to our SMART goals focused on all subgroup students, and I actually think the SMART goal really is about all students. While we know that subgroups, that is an area of opportunity, but all students can benefit from what's happening in math and especially ELA. So those are 2 of the goals that I actually really like. Now, of course, the goal, reducing the out-of-school suspension. The beautiful thing about this, we have some of the best discipline data in the district. And so the goal is to have more of our kids inside. And I wonder if we still on. Hey, are you guys still there?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. Because my system said it was going to end. And so just let me know if you see get a notification or something. So back to the discipline data, we want to make sure our kids are getting supports to support them in making healthy, great decisions when in school. And the goal is to have more of them in school. And so from a point, I think here we want to get below a 0.30. Now, having the second largest schools in the district, I still think we have the best data that's out there. But again, like I keep reiterating that we want to make sure we can keep more of our kids in and making positive choices when they're in school with us. And of course, stakeholder engagement being supported through at least 1 event a month. As you guys are aware, we really do lean on parent university on different and various topics just to make sure we are accessible to the community and also making sure people don't have to worry about getting off work or trying to drive to the school for events. Now, we know that we just don't do 1 event. We're having several things happening in the school, but we just know Parent University, which is monthly via Zoom, that is something that we're able to keep once a month and keep on track with.
Dr. Merriweather, can I ask a question on the KPI summary about enrollment? It says our enrollment's 1619 currently, and then it says by 2030 the goal is 900. What is that? Like they want us to decrease our enrollment by 2030?
Well, I saw that, ignored it, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know if they were maybe splitting up both campuses.
Oh, maybe when they were doing the facilities stuff or something. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, you can honestly ignore that.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, no worries. So team, just considering where we are with our goals, the beautiful thing about our school data is since I've taken the principalship now 4 years ago, we have made steady increases, significant increases in some areas by switching up a few things, and that comes from staff, hiring well, getting the right people in for children, but transparently saying getting the right people out as well. And also being creative in our approach to how we are delivering instruction and also our connection with